Good afternoon, Highlands. I'm Trey with the Highlands Broadcasting Team, and this is the very first edition of Highlands Talk Live for this school year. I'm here with special guest Alex Meacham, former UC basketball player for 4 years, current host of his own TV show, Center Court TV. Great to have you here.
Good to be here, man. That was a good intro. I like that.
Thanks. How long have you been, playing basketball 4 years at UC, being a walk-on?
Right.
What was that like? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was an unbelievable experience. Growing up in Cincinnati, born and raised, I've always wanted to play for the Bearcats. And it was a long road to get there, but to be able to wear that Cincinnati Bearcat uniform was like a dream come true, because a lot of kids that I grew up with wanted to play for the Bearcats, and I was one of the few that got a chance to do it.
It's great.
Where did you grow up in Cincinnati?
Area called Paddock Hills. It's right towards the center of the city, off the Norwood Lateral. Very diverse neighborhood. So I'm really glad I grew up in that neighborhood, because so many people in my neighborhood played basketball. They would, we would actually lay down. You'd appreciate this.
Yeah.
We'd lay down big pieces of cardboard after we finished playing basketball, and we would break dance. I know you're a dancer.
Yeah.
So we would break dance between games and stuff like that. So I just learned so much being in that neighborhood, and helped me to be the guy I am today.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So for many years, you worked with Coach Bob Huggins at UC.
Yep.
Tell me about how he affected you, and are you still in touch with him today?
Yeah, absolutely. I still speak with him today. Matter of fact, I was at West Virginia practice and game this past season. I'm going to go back up and visit him. To answer your first part of your question, what was it like to play for him and experience his, coaching? It was intense. I learned what 100% really is. So coming out of high school and preparing to be a walk-on at UC, I really worked hard on getting in good shape. See, I weighed about 48 pounds when I graduated high school. How much do you weigh?
I weigh about 145 right now.
145. So I was close to being your size, and I put a lot of weight on, started getting stronger in the weight room, and I thought I was like ready, and I knew what 100% meant. But really, when I played for Coach Huggins, he taught me what 100% really was like. And really, I was probably only giving 70% of what I could. And then I take that with me today. I feel like I can outwork a lot of people that are around me. And that's attributed to what Coach Huggins taught me.
Yeah. So you're a host of a TV show.
Yes.
You were a player in basketball. But oh wait, you were an author of a book, Walk
Right.
of a Lifetime.
Yep.
What inspired you to write the book?
Very good question. So what happened was I had developed the chicken pox right after I finished playing my last college basketball game. I got the chicken pox. It was just bizarre. And usually people, my age at that time didn't get the chicken pox. And so I was at home, and I was in the bed and laying up, and I was kind of reflecting on all the things that I've gone through in life and basketball. And I decided that it might be a good idea to get that message out to young people. And I was approached by a guy named Simon Anderson, who was a professor at UC, and he had his own publishing company at the time. And we spoke, and next thing you know, I had a team of writers and people around me to help make the book happen. And I put it out in August of 2000. It was the number 6 bestseller in Cincinnati. I'm very proud of that. And it was written to inspire young people to never give up on their dreams. If you want to be a dancer or world-renowned dancer, or if you want to be a broadcaster, a Major League Baseball player, you can make it happen no matter what happens in your life. Wherever the path takes you, you can get back on course and make it happen. So, have you read it yet?
No, let's
I
take a look.
have read it, actually.
Yeah?
Great book.
Oh, thank you. I
did it
appreciate
for a book
that.
report in 5th grade.
Yeah, that's me. See, I used to have hair back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not as good looking as yours, though. We messed that up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
All nice and shiny now.
I know. Nice and shiny. Hopefully I'm not messing up the screen there with all my shine. But yeah, I'm very proud of this, because I went through some academic problems in high school, and a lot of that was really, I hurt my knee, and some things happened that I wouldn't say it was really, I was depressed, but kind of brought me down a little bit, and I stopped studying. And education's a very, very important thing. And so that helped, a lot of that stuff helped keep me focused and So I'm really proud of this, that I was able to write a book after all those problems I had in school. And my English teacher is actually very, very proud of me because I didn't get good grades in English. So hi, Mrs. Whalen. That was her name.
Awesome. So now I know you are somewhat a part of the Jordan business.
Yeah.
How did that become?
Yeah, so growing up, huge Michael Jordan fan. A lot of kids right now are LeBron fans. So, so imagine what, you're a LeBron fan?
That's right.
Okay, so you're into LeBron right now, and a lot of that energy that's around LeBron, imagine that times 3. That was Michael Jordan, back in the time I was growing up. And it all started off with actually the shoes I have on, the Air Jordan. I don't know if we can see them in the screen here. Let's see if I can do some yoga.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Camera guy back there, you got that? There we go. So it started off with these shoes, the Air Jordan 1s. And these actually, the series of shoes were banned by the NBA because they had too many colors in them. And he got fined $5,000 every time he wore them. And so the whole shoe phenomenon really took off at that point, and I've become not only a huge Michael Jordan fan, but also a huge sneaker collector.
Yeah.
I think I have about 300 or so Air Jordan sneakers now. And a dream came true that I was able to be a part of helping inspire and develop this shoe called the Air Jordan Ben 5. And part of the brand Jordan. It got released, and there were only, actually it's in here, 2,133 of these made in the world. And so I'm very, very proud of that, and they sold out. And matter of fact, my nephews and I went on eBay to look and see how much they were going for on eBay, and there were some that were around 2,500, and so that made me feel good. My nephews think I'm cool now, so
I mean,
that's good.
yeah.
They didn't for a while, so.
That's a plus.
Yep.
So I look on social media all the time.
Right.
Your Instagram account, for example. You see yourself hanging out with the Arizona Wildcats, March Madness time. You're just chilling. You're just chilling. West Virginia, shooting hoops with Bob Huggins.
Yeah.
This past summer, you were with the Seattle Seahawks in spring training, or training camp.
Yep.
How?
Well, I'm a firm believer that, life is short. There's a great story about a girl named Lauren Hill at Mount St. Joe, and she has brain cancer right now, and she committed to play basketball at Mount St. Joe, and she developed brain cancer, and they told her that she has till December to live. And think about this. The basketball season starts in a couple of weeks, and they're telling her she won't live till December. And the NCAA moved up a game, and she's able to play her only college basketball game on November 2nd. And then she's probably going to pass away. And stories like that hit home, and I've learned that you have to live life. You have to enjoy life, and enjoy it the right way. And also use your connections. When you meet people, you got to engage with them, get to know them, ask them for their email. When I meet famous people, I never ask them for their number. I introduce myself and say, hey, is there a way I can, contact you via email or something, and get to know your story a little bit better. And that's what I've done, and it's enabled me to get in front of the Arizona Wildcats and hang out with those guys, the Seattle Seahawks, and it's all about connecting and also understanding life's short. You've got to enjoy it.
Sure. Yeah, I remember turning on my TV one morning, and I saw a face it looked exactly like you.
Good looking face?
Yeah,
right?
And then I realized it was you. You're the host of your own TV show. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, thank you.
How'd you do that? How'd that come to be?
Purely by accident. Your dad does television and the media, and it wasn't something I was necessarily interested in at the beginning, but I love to talk. I love to be around people. As you know, I'm a very energetic guy. And I was actually getting interviewed for a TV show, very similar to what we're doing here, and the host didn't show up. And the producer was really, she felt really bad. She was really upset he didn't show up. So we got talking about a concept I had for a TV show that was around youth basketball. And she goes, let's do it. Let's make it happen. And so Center Court was birthed, and so we're in our second season of Center Court. So we've got a new format for the show, and I'm really, really excited about that.
Yeah, a lot of cool guests on there.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna have some really, we got the #1 tennis player in the country is gonna be on the show. He lives in Cincinnati. Hopefully I'll have a chance to interview the girl Lauren Hill, who has the,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to set that up here in the next couple of days. And just a lot of really, really good stories. Just outside of basketball, I want to kind of do a lot of different things.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's great. So Shining Stars has been one of the top AAU programs in the country, competing at a very high level. How does it feel to live out your dream of high completion basketball from your own eyes and the kids that are part of your company?
Yeah, that's been an awesome experience, Shining Star, because like I said before, I went through so many things in high school, which it's documented in the book Walk of a Lifetime, and to be able to give back to young people now, because everybody goes through issues, injuries. You've been through injuries. I went through academic problems. I went through coaches I didn't like. I think almost every kid can say that.
Yeah.
And to be able now to have my own program with having over 20 teams in Cincinnati and also Northern Kentucky, and be able to impact young people's lives and teach them how to not only play the game of basketball, but become leaders later in life, because that's the most important thing. You can only do sports for so long. You can only dance for so long, and you've got to do other things, and we want to help prepare our kids for life after basketball or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And it's been cool because, it's been cool because we've got kids that are in the NFL, Kyle Rudolph, Greg Scruggs, who plays for the Seattle Seahawks. They all came through our program. So that's been really, really cool to watch them grow up and be on commercials, and that's been really, really cool.
So obviously basketball has been a part of your life for your whole life, basically.
Yep.
Your job is to train kids at the Mercy Healthplex in Anderson how to play basketball. Have you ever had anyone you've trained go on to play in the NBA or college ball or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had plenty of kids go on to play college. No one's played in the NBA. I've had kids go and play professionally overseas.
Yeah.
I had quite a few of those. But honestly, one of my favorite stories is that a kid that wanted to walk on to OU. And he approached me about training and preparing, and we worked for almost 4 or 5 months just mentally preparing and working on skill stuff. And he made it as a walk-on at OU, and then he told me he wanted to wear number 41 like I did in college. So that's one of my favorite experiences in working with a kid individually. So that's always refreshing. As you get older, you'll kind of understand all that.
All right.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know recently you make the designs for Roger Bacon High School.
Yeah.
And the jerseys, the shoes,
Yeah.
Everything. How'd you get that great opportunity to do that for high school?
So my high school coach, or the high school coach there now, my high school coach actually passed away. He died of a heart attack. Bill Brewer, excellent coach, taught me a lot. The guy that took over, Brian Neal, he had approached me about working with the school as far as a branding standpoint, with uniforms, the logo. How can we make Roger Bacon seem new and fresh and modern to these young kids? And I think it's worked out pretty well. And the great thing about it is Roger Bacon High School did a lot for me and really helped shape me into the person I am today. And I've always wanted to find a way to give back. And I think that's important. As you guys graduate from Highlands and go on and do whatever, just always remember you got to come back and help out and do something for your school. I think that's very important. And branding and doing the uniforms for these kids, which the kids at Roger Bacon get so excited about the shoes and uniform. It's my way to give back more than just, sometimes schools ask you for donations and things like that. I'm able to put blood, sweat into those to those donations, and that's a really, really cool thing about it.
Can you describe the uniform or the shoes? Like what color, what's the detail on them?
So this coming season, we're doing a gray theme.
Gotcha.
And matter of fact, I probably shouldn't be giving this away. Kids don't even know yet, but we'll go ahead and do it, right? Breaking story right here on Highlander News, right?
That's right.
So we're going with the gray theme, gray uniforms. Looking at finishing up the Air Jordan shoes. The whole outfit's going to be Air Jordan. The T-shirt will be a gray Air Jordan with this nice Spartan design, because Roger Bacon are the Spartans. So it's really easy to get themes, I think, off the whole Spartan thing with the spears and shield, a strong logo. So we're going to go with a gray theme this year. We've gone with all black and different things in the past, but just going to try to change it up a little bit. Stay modern, stay hip, like
Awesome.
you guys are.
Yeah.
Trying.
Right? I like that.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good shirt.
Thank
Good
you.
shirt.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So what's next for Alex Meacham? What's in store for the future?
Oh, so I believe that you can't stop. Just because you have had past success doesn't mean you just settle on that. You got to keep pushing yourself, reinventing. I look at guys, Jay-Z, he's one of my favorites. He's always finding a way to reinvent himself and stay relevant in a young culture. You know, he's in hip-hop music, and that's a very, very young culture. I'm sure you guys listen to different music, and Jay-Z's managed to stay relevant. So I've tried to stay on path with that and always find a way to do different things. I might try to take the TV show to the next level. I'd like to probably do radio, do some different things. So I got to talk to your dad.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Warren Buffett, you ever heard of Warren Buffett?
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's worth a lot of money. He's a great example of a guy who's older from another generation, but he always surrounds himself with young people. He met with LeBron James, he met with Floyd Mayweather. He meets with all these people to find out what's going on. And I think that's why he's been so successful. So I want to continue to do that and do things that keep me fresh and young. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
For sure. All right, well, that's all we have for this edition of the Highland Live Talk Show. See you next time.